Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is my summary video for Dev Diary 64 and 65 for the upcoming 1.5 patch and core DLC for Crusader Kings 3. In this video I'm going to try to explain to you the major changes that are coming with the 1.5 patch and core DLC and what differentiates the two of them to get you excited for both the free patch and giving you a better idea if you want to buy the DLC or not. And no, I'm not even sponsored. I just love the game. If you're looking for a line-by-line breakdown of a Dev Diary in a sort of podcast form, I would suggest that this video is not for you and maybe you should go out there and find another talented YouTube creator in order to scratch that itch. But for those who appreciate these type of videos, let's dive right into it. In the upcoming free 1.5 patch, the culture will be reworked to allow you, as a cultural head, to steer your culture not only in its innovations, but also its traditions. All cultures are now broken down in several modular sections, with the two main categories being the pillars, the more static part of your culture, and the traditions, which can be added to over time with prestige. Although the cultural mechanics affect all who share it, only the cultural head is able to make changes to the traditions, meaning that most changes in the 1.5 patch require you to gain power, almost counter to the CK2 idea, where they implement the mechanics to stop you from growing too big. So let's say you became the cultural head, you can now only not determine the innovations, but also its soul. So let's see how that is broken down. First are the so-called pillars, divided into ethos, heritage, language, martial tradition and aesthetics. Heritage is the overarching theme of a cultural group, and can be one of the, for now, 7 revealed ethos, ranging from bellicose to spiritual to inventive. Heritage and language tie into a new mechanic of cultural acceptance. No longer does your steward need to go out there and change the culture in a ducal or king's vassal's capital in order to motivate them to spread this culture. Now, if you share for instance a religion, heritage and maybe even a language, people will feel more akin to your culture. This allows for cultural acceptance to grow, and that gradually removes the popular opinion and vassal opinion penalty for having a different culture. In other words, you can have a truly multicultural nation without having to deal with those uppity peasants or scowling vassals. The martial pillar determines which sex can be a commander, and aesthetics determine what clothes you wear, how your courtrooms look, and the armor of your soldiers. Traditions vary more than pillars, from what can be seen at least for the now revealed options, with a wide variety of smorgasbord options giving you such things as stronger buildings, unique levies, unique bonuses for trades or schemes or cheaper mercs, and so forth. The core DLC will of course focus on your courtroom and heirlooms, but in this video we will keep our focus on the culture and the differences from the patch. You require the core DLC to create hybrid and divergent cultures. From the way that it is worded in the Dev Diaries, I believe you do not need to be the cultural head to do this. In fact, for divergent cultures it would be logical that you are not. But you do need for a hybrid culture to have a certain amount of cultural acceptance with the cultures you want to merge. When forming a hybrid culture, you are able to determine all pillars and traditions, picking from both parental cultures, even allowing for hybrid aesthetics when it comes to clothing and coat of arms for instance. You can also pick the full 6 traditions or wait to add one later if you want to add one that both cultural parents do not actually have. This is of course opposite of a divergent culture, where all your pillars and traditions come from one parental culture, but you need to change at least one pillar to become divergent. Regardless if you form a hybrid culture or a divergent culture, the neat thing about doing this is that you will be made into the cultural head. Meaning that you are now the bright star to blaze a glorious path for your new culture and all it serves, I mean people that follow it. And no worries, Paradox has made it so that you can determine how easy it is to form a hybrid or divergent culture, and if the AI is into making them at all, via new options in the game rules. I thank you for watching and I encourage you to leave behind comments to discuss all these new changes. I am the Beta Plan and I hope to see you in a future video or series. And until that time I say, I thank you for watching and remember, great peril yields great beauty.